friends, it's Jasmine, and I hope that you all are doing well. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm a witchy content creator here on YouTube, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. I apologize ahead of time if you guys hear my dogs barking. Currently, I'm having some techs over right now working on our internet and our Wi-Fi. I'm probably gonna be switching like internet companies, and so that's kind of been like a little bit of a nightmare just because of a shortage on techs and everything going on with that. So right now they are working on cutting some space to run a power line from our backyard to the house. And I will be switching over to fiber optic internet. I'm not even exactly sure what that is. It'll be costing me like $25 less, and I'll be having significantly better internet speed. Anyways, now that that is out of the way, today I wanted to share with you a BoneBox unboxing. Now, if you're not familiar with BoneBox, BoneBox is a subscription service that costs about $25 a month or so, and you get a skull and an oddity item every single month sent right to your door. I've unboxed a couple of these already, so if you're interested in seeing some of my previous unboxing videos, you can go check those out. And no, I am not sponsored in any way by BoneBox. This is something that one of my friends kind of put me on, and when I was at her house, I was really admiring all of her beautiful like oddities and her skull collection, and she told me about BoneBox, and so that's kind of how I got introduced to this. I believe this is my fourth box now that I have received from BoneBox, and so I'm really excited to share this with you. Now, I have already opened up this box, so it's not like this is like a complete surprise to me of what's in here. I have every intention to open this up with you like in real time and share it with you, but unfortunately, just with like how busy I am a lot of the times, I'm not able to, go live or film the video right when I get the box, and I'm kind of like low-key a little kid, and if I have a present waiting for me, I have to immediately open it. Otherwise, my little goblin heart just panics. So sorry about that. So it's not quite like a complete surprise, but I will still share with you what I got. Now, I know that some of you have joined this subscription box, so I would love to hear from you guys what you're thinking of your BoneBox subscription. I've talked to a few of you, and it's interesting how we're all kind of getting different skulls and different items. And so if you have friends in your area who are also into the BoneBox, who are part of the hashtag skeleton crew, I think it's kind of fun to like trade specimens if you want to. Now, of course, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I am a practicing witch for those who might not be knowing me, and this might be the first video that you're watching. So I have a little bit of a different perspective when it comes to these BoneBox subscription services. Absolutely, I think that having bone specimens and oddities, just in general, as a way to appreciate nature and the genus loci, as a way to appreciate life and the sacredness of it, and also the opposite side of that coin, but appreciating death as well. I think all that's great, like love it. But I also think that we can look at some of these bone specimens also from a magi's perspective, from a witch's perspective. And we can think about maybe how we can incorporate some of these specimens magically into our practice. This is what the BoneBox looks like. This is how it's come every single time. So it says real bone specimens every month on the side, and then hashtag BoneBox by Skulls Unlimited. Now, unfortunately, I do think that this is something that might just be a US thing. So I'm kind of confused because I've had some international friends say that they are not able to get this box. However, it does say that they're an international business. So it might be that there are some items on the website that you can get if you're not in the States, and there's other items that you can't get if you're not in the States. I'm really not sure how that works. So I apologize if you are not in the US and you try to get this box and you're not able to. Maybe there's other items that you're able to get. I'm sure, especially with wildlife codes and you know, all of that mess, I'm sure there's a lot of red tape around what can be sent around internationally. So The inside of the box though says follow us online, shoot and share. They always have this competition where it's on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And like if you share your box, you have an opportunity of getting like a free month subscription. So that's kind of cool if you want to participate in that. So far in all the boxes that I've received, they've taken very special care to protect everything as it's coming to you in the mail. Usually things are bubble wrapped and then also wrapped in this. I actually like to save this sort of parchment paper here because this is really nice to actually like use for petitions. So I would recommend saving some of this when you get it, if you get the bone box, and using this for spells and petitions, things like that, because this can definitely be repurposed and this actually burns really well. So even if you don't use it necessarily like magically in your practice, if you like to have bonfires like me, this is also great bonfire kindling to really get that fire going. Also, completely off topic, but I always have to do this. I did just get my nails done, so we'll have like a little nail cam here. This color, I believe, is called Mahogany Sin. It's kind of like, I don't feel like the camera quite does it justice, but it's kind of like a reddish purple. It's mahogany, right? It kind of, to me on camera, looks a little bit more violet than it really is in person. It's got kind of more of like, I would say a red copper undertone in person, but on camera it's kind of picking up more purpley. But there's my nails currently. I think that this color is really fun. And I like how it matches my henna as well. Back to the bone box. I always have to share that. I always get a lot of comments on my nails and you guys like seeing them. So I just was gonna share anyway. Anyway, back to the bone box, So like I said, you always get a skull and an oddity item every single month. So I've gotten like kitten skulls, I've got a rat skull, I've got like coyote claws, I've gotten like, I think fox whiskers maybe, I don't know. I've gotten various different oddities and I have like a shelf. So my desk is actually behind my camera, kind of like my home office desk. And then I have like a big shelf that sits on top of the desk that actually goes from the top of the desk all the way up to the ceiling. And so that's where I've been kind of keeping some of my skulls and oddities and just kind of stockpiling them and creating a little bit of a dragon's hoard. And then what I intend to do once I get enough skulls is I have an old china cabinet that I kind of want to repurpose into a curio cabinet and like fix the lights in there and have the skulls displayed inside of the china cabinet. We'll see. So this is that shoot and share competition that I was talking about before. So you always get one of these little note cards in here that give you all of that information if you want to participate in that competition. And oddity wise, I got a fox claw. So I think this is what I was thinking of when I was talking about fox whiskers. I don't think I've gotten a fox whisker, but this is a fox claw. And get it. So this is a fox claw. They're really pretty good size. Now, when I'm thinking about correspondences for working with foxes, I know that foxes are in the United States as well as like over in Europe and overseas. And so I often think of foxes as like very cunning, very wise, maybe even a little bit playful or trickster-like. So I feel like when it comes to working with spirits or conjurations, that would kind of resonate with that sort of energy. I could see this being used as some sort of talisman or in a spirit bag. That's probably how I would use this. Comment down below how you would use a fox's claw in your magic and in your practice. What would you use a fox claw for? I often just am thinking of like trickery, bamboozling, playfulness. I feel like I could use a fox claw also too for maybe like a glamour spell as well, because there's kind of that like sexy, foxy sort of connotation to foxes. But yeah, let me know what your witchy intuition instincts are telling you about using fox claws in your practice. And then for the skull that we received from the bone box, it's a starling skull. So this skull alone is $45, which is what the back of this says. So just this skull alone kind of almost pays for the box because the box was like $25. And this is what the skull looks like. Let me try to get you a better view of this. So this is what the skull looks like. And also I did forget to mention the red fox claw. This is $4. So altogether this was like a $49, $50 box for $25. Not bad. So I'm gonna read this little note card here about the starling. This month's hashtag bone box delivers to you the starling. There are 11 subspecies of starlings, which can be found around the globe. Their population in North America is approximately 200 million, making them the continent's most abundant non-native bird. The starling's diet primarily consists of fruits, seeds, and insects, and small vertebrates. Although the starlings are beneficial for consuming some harmful insects, these are widely regarded as pests for their invasive nesting habits and aggressive behavior. Because starlings are a non-native invasive species, they are not protected by the United States Migratory Bird Treaty Act. Interesting. So right off the bat, just from reading that alone, I definitely would think of using a starling skull as maybe something on the more baneful side. It talked about like how invasive they are and how aggressive they can be. So I think you could probably connect the dots on some baneful ways that you could incorporate the starling skull. Maybe it could be used in some sort of domination working, or bringing ruin to someone else's home or business. I feel like you could use a starling skull for that as well. It also has like extra information up here at the top. It talks about their class, order, family, genus, species, their diet, and their range. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Altogether, I'm pretty happy with this box. I feel like it's a good value. It's kind of cool to get a bird skull because like that little note card does say, like we do have the United States Migratory Bird Act. And so sometimes owning or possessing animal parts, especially like of birds, can be a little bit tricky in the United States, especially like wings and skulls and things like that. Some birds you just flat out can't really possess any part of them. So I should probably like familiarize myself more with some of these US laws around oddities and animal products, because to be honest, I really don't know a whole lot about it. I just kind of go off of looking for ethical sources, which the Bone Box does say that they are an ethical, reputable source for real bone specimens. And I haven't really heard anything bad about the business or the subscription service or anything like that. I've always gotten my box. You normally get charged on the 15th. I think you get charged actually maybe on the 1st through the 5th of the month, and then you get your box around the 15th of the month, I believe. But yeah, that's kind of my unboxing, not unboxing, because it's not really my first glance at the box, but me sharing with you this month's Bone Box. I will be staying subscribed to the Bone Box. I think that it's a fun subscription service. It's pretty affordable as far as boxes go, and collecting oddities and skulls is something that I'm interested in outside of practicing witchcraft. And so to me, this is just a way to kind of enhance some of my necromantic arts in my practice, but it's also like a fun hobby just to collect as well. If you are also getting this box, I would love to hear what you got in your box, and tell me what you think of the box that I just showed you. Personally, I would probably give this particular box, I mean, a 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10. There's really nothing that like sticks out to me as like a huge glaring red flag. I will say that I'm really hoping, as I stay subscribed to this service, that I'll start getting some larger specimens. So far, all the skulls I've gotten have been small enough that they can fit in my palm, which is cute and adorable, and I'm here for that too, but I would love to get some larger specimens. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you're enjoying the paranormal content that I'm releasing. I believe there's gonna be an episode or more being released every single Thursday, the month of August. So if you're watching this on YouTube, this is probably a bit of a delayed video. I do upload all of my content first over on the Patreon, and my link is down below. So if you would like to support me more and the channel, that's a great way to do so. Thank you all again for watching, and blessed be.